Washington, excuse me. But we're the fourth generation to come here. When my 28-year-old came here in kindergarten, there was 2 class candidates. There was the Spanish and the English. And yes, the school got smaller. When my 21-year-old came here, I met Miss Green, who was the first teacher, and then Miss Gutierrez, Miss Corona was his message. And now I'm not, excuse me. And now my 12-year-old and my 10-year-old come here. They're in Tulsa. They would try to have soccer, they have basketball. They have the garden club. They have the yearbook. I mean, they have so many things. Why put them after school? But they're going to take that away. It's just not right. It's just not right. They're thriving right now. They're doing so good in class. For you to take it away, it's just not right.
Angelica Duran. Probably I don't speak very good English, but I'm going to try. I'm here in Washington. Everybody can probably know me. I'm coming every day for 25 years. My daughters, they went to school. They are about 30 and 25 and 21 years old, and they have a good job. And I have my daughter here, sixth grade, and I'm still here in Washington. And I used to live here in downtown. I grew up in downtown, but I moved out of the area. And I'm driving every day 20 minutes to bring my daughters to Washington. I have some schools, 3 schools close to my house, and I'm taking to those schools because I know they want to affect them to move to a different school. Even me and my husband driving every day bring it to Washington because you know why? Washington for us was #1. Good school, good teachers, and I want to say thank you for the teachers. They're great teachers. That's why my daughters, they have a good job. That's why my daughter's here in Washington. And I know they want to affect those kids to move up to different schools. That's why my daughter's there. I never move them to other schools. I have 3 schools in my area, and I'm still here in Washington. And I feel this is like my house for my daughters, for all the kids, all the parents. And that's why I'm here to support Washington. I don't really want them to close. You know, there's a lot of families that have broken hearts today. They're here because they don't want nobody to close the school. So that's why I'm here for 25, almost 30 years in Washington. This is like the second home for the kids and for the parents too, because they come here every day. So that's my comment. They tell everybody that I'm here for 25 years every day. I want to say thank you for the teachers, principals, and all the staff working here. Thank you.
My name is Jana. My daughter is kindergartner with Mrs. Arellano. We actually moved into the district, and then we actually have left the school area, but we requested to stay here because of the community here. Obviously, I'm white. My daughter could go to a more white school, but I prefer to stay with the community here because I think it's important for her to know what's going on in our world. And I feel that this community here is a very good description of our world, you know? And the teacher is amazing. You guys keep talking about how there's all this extra money here. She has so many children in this classroom that I made sure to change my work schedule so that I could be here to help out her classroom at least once a week. She is an amazing teacher. The way that she teaches these children, and I know every school has amazing teachers, every student has amazing students, everybody's going to make new friends. But the community here and the way that these teachers stand by their students, I mean, obviously we've all gone to school. I have never seen anything like the way that these teachers are with these children. I think that there are, like you've heard from other people, different ways that we can re-budget, bring more children to the schools. I mean, you keep saying that they need more students in the school. There's one kindergarten class here with like 35 children. If you see the classrooms, like you know, Nicole was saying earlier, you guys obviously are not coming into these classrooms because if you did, you wouldn't take these kids away from here. You would bring more children here and give them more opportunities, more classrooms, more teachers, not different facilities. These kids these kids need these teachers. My daughter, when she heard about the school closing, and she obviously has no idea what the politics are, that it's all about money and property. All she knows is that these teachers are going to be the people that she sees next year. How do you tell a 5-year-old that that's okay? Thanks.
My name is Cindy Salazar. I'm up here for a second time because, as many of you know, I'm never at a loss for words. Some of the other considerations that I don't think that have been explored is the fact that the district's own facility sustainability reports cites that William Land Elementary, which the majority of our students, according to the geographical split proposed, does not have playground facility to support the small student population there. Yet we're asking 3/4 of our students to go to this smaller school with a smaller playground facility. We have green space attached to ours, you know, and we have a better facility in most ways than William Land Elementary, and this doesn't make logical sense to all of us. Again, I want to reiterate, we are a community here. I'm a single grandparent raising my 10-year-old grandchild. This is my support system. I don't have family in the city, so this is my support system. With this gone, I have no way to get to William Land. If my kid misses the bus, I have no way to get him. He's gone, he's absent. And I know that many other families have expressed those concerns to me. I think personally that open enrollment and con-capping is the root of this evil, and only by continuing those policies only by discontinuing those policies will we be able to build the enrollment in the schools, in the communities that need them most. Our school is a community need. It's not an extra for us, it's a need. So we would like to, if other schools have been taken off the table, we want our school taken off of this table, and we want the district to invest in our school and come up with some alternatives to closure and to destroying our community. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Joy Whitford, and I have two children here. My daughter started here 10 years ago with Miss Ariano, and she's gone through, she's in Miss Pardo's class right now. And it's really sad to see that we are coming to this decision right now. To see that this school has the option of closing will be very detrimental to the community. When you look at, as most people have stated, we don't have very many elementary schools here in downtown Sacramento. We want to keep an historical place where it should stand for our children, for our community, for our future generations. These future generations are going to be our future homeowners down here, the ones that are going to be keeping up and maintaining the property values of downtown, the ones that we are trying to maintain. If this school closes, it's already known that the crime rate will go up. And it's sad to say that a lot of our families, it's so diverse here. That's one reason why I chose that my children go to this school, is for the diversity. If you break up this diversity, you're going to spread the diversity out. We want to keep downtown Sacramento, especially Midtown, diverse, because that is what America is. We are diverse. And that is why Washington should stay open and needs to stay open for the children, for our community, for our families. Thank you.
My name is Gerardo Valderas. I'm a parent from my daughter attends this school, and you know, one of the things that I like to express to you is that I've always tried to teach my kids that family is the most important thing, more important than any job, more important than any kind of money, any kind of salary. Families should maintain together at all times and support each other. And my daughter that attends this school said to me, Dad, one of those occasions, he goes, Dad, could my school be considered my second home? they'd be considered my second family. You know, in those words, basically, that's what this is a family. It's not only a school. Kids come here and learn. There's a lot of things that these teachers, they not only teach, okay, but they also make the students feel like part of their family. I have seen these teachers teach a little bit, not a whole lot. I don't live in the city of Sacramento. My daughter's mom lives here, and she lives very close to the school. Her transportation the transportation would be an issue with her. And yes, we hear promises of transportation available and all that, but we also heard promises about additional monies being offered to the school for certain prices and so on. And look what's happening to those promises now. So as soon as there's a budget issue, well, let's cut transportation out. That's the easiest thing. And then what? So what I like to tell you is that you came here to inform us about why what's going on with the school closures and so on. But hopefully you're leaving here being more informed how this community feels about not closing the school, about the teachers, about the students, the diversity. A happy student basically is a better student. And I believe that my daughter and many of these other students here are very happy. And that is what makes them a better student. And a better student always makes a better person. So I hope you came here not only to hear the things that we have to say, but that you came here to listen to the things we have to say. Not to only look at the people here, but to see the people here and understand a little bit more about what this school means to this community. It's not your normal community school where hey, you shut it down, we replace it with another. This community really cares about their school, about their teachers. And I think you pretty much heard some of the things about the teachers here. These parents here, they deal with them more than I do on a day-to-day basis. And I'll close with just saying that I really do hope that you find ways to keeping the schools open rather than finding ways to how to save money by closing the schools. Okay? That's about all I have to say.
Thank you.
If my school closes down, I would be sad. I would try my best to keep this school open. This school strike is the most important one I will miss. I will miss all the teachers. That is why I don't want the school to close down.
Apoyando que no se cierre esta escuela porque realmente nos parte el corazón a todos aquí, que más que nada a los niños pues que necesitan de esta escuela.
Good evening. I want to thank everyone for being here today, especially the teachers that are here. And our heart is just broken to hear what may happen.
Y pues realmente yo soy una persona pues, con muchos sentimientos, ¿verdad? Y pues cada uno de los niños me ha movido, de las personas que han hablado, y más que nada de los niños que tienen especial, su enfermedad especial pues para esta escuela. Yo creo que toda la gente viene contenta y pues realmente no sé si pueden ayudar en algo, en poner algún dinerito cada mes o algo así para que esta escuela no se cierre.
Happy to be part of this school. We have a special day class here also that we really like being part of our school. If there's any way, maybe even pitching in some money as parents monthly, we are even willing to do that.
Porque yo pienso que si cada uno de nosotros los padres de familia ponemos algo de nosotros para que la escuela prospere y que los niños estén más contentos, porque realmente ellos son los que están tristes, ¿verdad? Y pues si quieren que no haya crimen en este estado de Sacramento, pues deberán de pensar un poco en ellos, porque ahorita el crimen está bien duro y haciendo esas cosas, pues yo pienso que los niños van a estar menos motivados y van a estar más enojados con ellos mismos para hacer cosas que no deben de hacer.
And if there's any other ways that as us as parents can help, we're willing to do what it takes. We don't want the school to close, crime rate can rise, and we don't want that to happen to our community.
Yo la verdad es todo lo que quería decir nada más y me siento con el corazón partido, hasta con ganas de llorar, pero pues realmente pues ojalá y no se cierre y estamos apoyando pues a ustedes y a cada uno de los maestros. Les doy las gracias a cada uno porque son unos excelentes maestros y estoy agradecido con ellos. Muchas gracias.
And I even feel like crying, but really, what would that do? I just really want to thank all the teachers that are here tonight. And I forgot the rest. Sorry, that was it. Thank you. Thank you.
I am back. I did want to give a special thanks to the Start family, to Ms. Sanchez and her staff. My children have been Start since they've started here, and I don't think they get enough credit for what they've done with the students at Washington, and to have that, for the school to close will definitely affect their jobs, and that would be really heartbreaking for the students that they've served and for the parents that they've helped, because a lot of us are working families who without Start would have trouble with having safe and adequate child care for our children. Start has been a very good program for Washington, and with our new principal, we've seen a lot of improvements of the soccer team, the basketball team, which is showing a lot of camaraderie and community building in our students, which we need to see and keep going and keep building. To close the school, we will stop building community in our community. We want to keep building the community that we are watching grow and watching flourish, especially in our future generations. The teachers, I cannot applaud enough for the job that they've done throughout the years that I've been a part of Washington. It's a very nice community. The campus is great. When you come on campus, you don't feel like a stranger. You feel like you're at home, like a lot of the students have said. And it would be very sad to break their hearts and to break the hearts of the families of our community. Thank you, and have a good night.
Hi, my name is Adriana. I'm a student from Washington. We have kinder buddies, and I really want my buddy to feel like what it is to be in first, second, third, and fourth, and fifth, and sixth. And she said that, well, I see you next year, and I said maybe not, but I'll go to middle school, but I'll promise you that I'll come next year, but I'm not sure if I can give her that promise, because I might not see her here if this is going to be closed down. My mom said that, Obama said that if he'll pay the houses to save our house, how come he won't pay here? This is our home. He won't, how won't he pay for Washington?
One last thing, like Adriana said, what about our kinder buddies? They're little and they're so young, they can go to other schools. But what about their friends? What about their older big buddies? And won't they want to have the same field trips and see all the other older teachers that we had? Won't they want to go to Slide Park? Maybe some other schools can't afford to go to Slide Park. And what about our school staff? They've done a good job protecting us, and I wanted to thank you all our school staff of Start, our teachers, and our principal, Mr. Dixon.
Good evening. My name is Rosa Corona. I'm a second grade teacher here. I've been here, this is my 20th year at this school. So I've been here longer than Mrs. Banks. So it goes without saying that this is my home away from home as well. And we've been in a situation in the past where there was a chance that our school would close, and we've all been very worried, but this time it feels just a little bit different. I have many concerns. 2 minutes is definitely not enough. The biggest concern I have at this point, one of the benefits that our board states for closing 11 schools is that we will have larger parent communities providing opportunities for parent and community involvement, and I know that's been a big push of our district in the last few years. That's not what will happen with the families at this school. You've heard it multiple times today. Our families walk their children to school. They cannot walk to William Land. They cannot walk to Theodore Judah. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Roland Brady, and I'm new to the area. I've never had kids. I don't have children that are in schools, but I did teach at the university for 25 years, and I taught elementary science and math. So I certainly understand and agree with all of the arguments that have been made against the proposal from the parents and the students that are here. But I'd like to comment from a different perspective. I moved here in July and bought the big green two-story house in the corner that overlooks the school. A number of friends recommended this community. I could have gone anywhere in the West, Portland, the Bay Area, further south, Washington. And I chose Midtown because people said, this is a really going proposition. It's small, it used to be in dire straits, it's turned the corner, it's really improving. People are coming back to this area again. There's a lot of reconstruction, and I put tens of thousands of dollars into my house in the corner, which is a small business. I have 2 small businesses going. I think that considering the investment that the city has put to revitalize Midtown, it just rips the heart out of the community to close the school, because a community consists of people who live here, the churches, the schools, and the small business. And now you're going to eviscerate a community that millions of dollars have been put into to try to reestablish. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense from the community perspective. It doesn't make any sense for the perspective of the parents and the students that are here. And I think it's pathetic that we spend $1 million a year to keep a soldier in Afghanistan, and we can't keep an elementary school open in what would be the capital of the world's 7th largest economy if California were a nation unto itself. It's the 7th largest economy. We're closing schools. That's just really pathetic. And so, you know, I wonder, where are the priorities for Sacramento? Where are the priorities for California if we're closing schools? Thank you.
Think about what we were going to do if our school closed down. We will not have the same teachers, we will not have the same principal. We're going to miss all, like, this school, like, our father is going to miss, we're going to miss all our teachers, or we're going to miss our friends, because we're not going to have the same friends when we go to another school. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Noel Reed, and not only am I a teacher here, I teach 5th grade here, but I also live in the neighborhood. My neighbors Martha and Priscilla are here. My councilman Steve Hansen was here earlier, which is great to see all the support. I appreciate that. I brought my own kid to this school. She graduated last year and gave an emotional plea earlier. I guess my biggest comment to Mr. Raymond, and I know he had to leave to go to a different community forum, and I understand that, but it seems like he's kind of playing a shell game with his priority schools. When he first became superintendent, he decided that he was going to take a number of schools, I'm not quite sure the number, I'll say 5 schools, and he was going to sink as much money in as needed, and he was going to increase the scores. Well, my question to Mr. Raymond is, how long are you going to continue sinking money into these money pits? I know teachers at those priority schools, and they're saying, close our school, close this school. It's falling apart, we can't move these kids, but for some reason he's decided that we cannot touch those schools. And I would ask the school board to put all of those schools on the closure list so it's an even playing field. How much are we going to continue sinking into those schools that are not moving kids? And I think that's what we're all here for, is to move these kids forward. And if we've got a set of schools that aren't doing it, and then we have schools that are, why would you close down the ones that are doing it? It just does not make sense to me. Thank you for your time. Again, thanks everybody for coming out. I appreciate
What about if you lose all your teachers and stuff like that? Like our teachers, like your school teachers, all that kind of other teachers like ELD teachers. Miss Diller, our teachers and our ELD. You'll miss them, and it would be very fun with our teachers if we didn't close down the school.
Thank you. Good evening, I'm Penny Taylor. I'm a parent from 38th Street up the way, and I wanted to address Board Member Cuneo, who's here, and others. Thank you for coming out. I am extremely concerned about this closure list. Last night, President Obama talked about the support for schools and for Head Start preschool. My question is, what will happen to the preschools that are on these wonderful campuses here? I'm a retired preschool teacher, and I love preschool and Head Start and state preschools. I'm really worried about that. I think that if the sites are closed, these 11 schools, that it's just opening up our district to privatization through charter school programs and bringing in non-union employees there will be a big turnover of employees. And it really looks strange that Superintendent Raymond hired Ed Manansala from St. Hope Charter School Program to be his special assistant, and it just, leaves open too many questions, too many concerns. It looks very fishy to me, because if a site is closed and a charter comes in, a profit-making charter, then, parents can't drive. They have to walk to the program that's there. You just can't put a price tag on fracturing communities like this move would do. And again, 11 schools, it's too drastic. There are a lot of alternatives. Put administrators on 2/3 salaries. I worked 2/3 as a preschool teacher. I got by an administrative salary at 2/3. Move the adults, not the children, move the adults out of the admin building to the sites. Lease out rooms at Cerna for Sac City College to have programs, extend the Sac City College programs down to the Cerna Center. There are many, many ways that we could save money. Perhaps even cutting 3 to 4 days off the calendar would save the same amount of money. So, you need to close a small high school and then at the end of the year evaluate what savings were there. You don't just jump into this huge way of disrupting our community. Thanks for the extra time. I have a lot more I could say, but I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Susan Sanchez. I couldn't let my kids down. They were Mrs. Sanchez, can you talk, can you talk? I'm with the START program. I haven't been here as long as the teachers, but I've been here at least almost 6 years, and I have to say that everyone here is a small community and is a family. I don't look at my job as a job. I come here as this is my family. I do consider this as a small community. We provide so much for this community, for the kids, where they can learn. We give talent shows for them, and I don't think the board is considering what we offer these kids as far as teachers on START. There's an after school where there's homework. Emotionally, we're attached to all our kids. And it is very sad for me. I don't want to start crying, but it is heartbreaking that if it does close, where are we going to go? I mean, we're family. We are family here. I tell my kids we're all family here. I always let them know that. So I wish you would really reconsider about closing. Even if I didn't work here, I wouldn't want the school to close. It's really, I have to say, if you were here on the night we had a harvest feast, it was family orientated. There was almost 300 people in this cafeteria. 300. Eating, having a nice time. There are talent shows. Kids, they get up and they do diverse. They look forward to all this stuff. I just hope you reconsider closing the school down. Thank you.
Thank you. Hola, buenas noches. Yo vengo como madre de familia y vengo aquí para pedirles de favor que no cierren a esta escuela porque yo estoy preocupada porque mi hija está aquí en la guardería, yo trabajo y muchos padres como yo tenemos estas necesidades y yo quiero que las tomen en cuenta, por favor, que se llenen su corazón y que no cierren esta escuela, por favor. Eso es todo, muchas gracias.
Hi, my name, this is Veronica. She's coming here as a parent. She is very saddened for what is happening here, what could happen. She really wants you to reconsider and think about the kids and the parents who walk to school and who bring their kids walking to school every day. And just really reconsider and think of the parents and think of the kids who come here. Thank you. Thank you.
Hola, buenas tardes, mi nombre es Yadira.
Hi, good evening, my name is Yadira.
Solo igual que todos, quería decirles, mi hija empezó, empezó aquí a los 3 años.
My daughter also started here when she was 3 years old. I feel like crying.
Ahorita tiene 10, está en 4º grado.
She's 10, she's in 4th grade.
No se imaginan lo que le han ayudado a ella. Cuando ella entró aquí de 3 años, mi esposo y yo pensábamos que no hablaba.
You know how much this school has helped her. When she started here, my husband and I thought she couldn't speak.
Ella hablaba solo inglés y nosotros español, ¿no? Ok, mi hija cuando entró aquí, ella tiene 20 años, entró a 4º grado y a 3er grado.
My daughter now is 20 years old. This is a different daughter. She was here she started here when she was in 4th grade.
En 3º grado, 3rd grade. Y en un año, ella, gracias a la ayuda de mi hija, que ya no está, pero igual todas las noches que la ayudaron, en un año ella hablaba el inglés como si hubiera nacido.
In 1 year, she spoke English like if she had been born here.
Sinceramente, para mí es la mejor escuela. Tiene daycare, tiene preschool, tiene la ayuda para las mamás que trabajan.
Sincerely, for me, this is the best school. They have daycare, they have help for parents who work.
Y sobre todo la ayuda de STAR, que nos permite hacer más cosas a los papás en lo que ellos están aquí y los maestros de STAR les están ayudando.
And they also have the START program, which helps us as parents to do more things while our kids are here.
Y pues yo solamente eso quería decirles que sí. Ojalá, como dijo el papá, si no podemos hacer dinero, yo sí estoy dispuesta a trabajar en las mañanas 3, 4, 5 horas en lo que haya que hacer. El chiste es que no la cierren y si enfocan dinero y no lo pueden pagar, pues nosotros podemos ayudar.
Like your previous father said, we are willing to help out with money, and I'm willing to come in the mornings for about 3 or 4 hours and work in whatever is needed. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Blanca. I wanted to say, please don't close this school down because a lot of family has been to this school for like almost like 1,000 years, and a lot of us have teachers that have been here for a long time. And I wanted to say that like this is like my school, my hometown school. Please don't close it.
Thank you. On behalf of Superintendent Raymond and the Board of Education, I want to thank you all for being here tonight and thank you for sharing your thoughts and questions with us. Your love and your commitment to this school is evident. I also want to thank Principal Dixon for being here tonight, and I'll stay for a little while along with my colleagues and will be happy to answer any other questions that you may have. Thank you.
Before I